October the 14th at West Virginia Motor Speedway. That's Friday night the 14th, and that will lead into the October 15th and 16th running of the Dirt Track World Championship. Advance tickets on sale. Here we come into turn 4, the first of 2 Autowares pre-filters. B-Mains coming down the front straightaway. Moore and Bloomquist side by side into turn number 1. Larry Moore and Scott Bloomquist off at 2. It's Moore with the lead. Bloomquist second. Running third is B.A. Malkwood. Ricky Thomas fourth into 99. Moore leads. Bloomquist right on his tail. The skating match continues. A slick race surface here this afternoon. Oh, Mark Bunnell and car T8 into the wall between the first and second turns. Mark Bunnell and car T8. He stops at top turn 2 at the beginning of the back straightaway, and the yellow is out. Yellow out for the T. Back to the green. Moore and Bloomquist bring the field off at turn 4. Malkwood is third, Thomas fourth, then Satterley. Still Larry Moore. The same. Larry Moore leading, Scott Bloomquist second, Malkwood third, Ricky Thomas fourth. Looks like we got some blue smoke maybe appearing out of the back of the 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Going into the corner, there's some blue smoke behind Scott Bloomquist. He still runs second. Malkwood third. Thomas fourth, and Satterley fifth. 07 Brett Raybergen running sixth, and the 09 of Dale Fuller, and the S1 of Mike Smith. Greg Sismar dropping from the race in car 12. 20.80 that time by for Larry Moore, and yet there is definitely blue smoke developing behind Scott Bloomquist, especially at the end of the straightaways when he backs out of the gas. The J&J Steel, very right, 18. Not slowing down at this point, but Larry Moore is still your leader in car number 14, turning that last lap at 20.69, closing in on lap number 8. 8 down right now. Back away is the M1 of B. Malkwood still third, the 99 of Ricky Thomas fourth, the 79 of Dave Satterley fifth. Mike Duval against the wall in turn 4. The yellow is out. Yellow out for Mike Duval in the F1. Must be something else amiss, or they're having trouble with the lug nuts because the car's still on the jacks. They're working hard. Jack is down. The green is out as well. Larry Moore leads the field. Into turn 1 with Scott Bloomquist in pursuit. Malkwood is third, Thomas fourth, Satterley remains fifth, and Brent Raybergen, Dale Fuller, Mike Smith. Now Scott Bloomquist a little closer to Larry Moore after the restart, and not letting him get away. Ricky Thomas in car 99 trying to take third from Brad Malkwood down the back straightaway. Malkwood will hold him off using his momentum on the outside. Jim Cushing off the pace in car 3C headed for the pits. Bloomquist now turning up the heat on Larry Moore with 15 laps to go. And the first of two Autowares Pre-Fillers B-Mains. Bloomquist alongside the left rear quarter panel of Moore in turn two that time. The blue smoke continues to fly behind the J&J Steel 18. More of a lead in car 14. Now the back straightaway coming around for the halfway point. This will be lap 13, 12 more to go. Malquit by himself in third in the M1. Laps to go. Laps to go. 10 to go. Batting order stays the same. Moore leading. Bloomquist second. Malquit third. Thomas fourth. Satterley a close fifth behind the 99 of Ricky Thomas. Remember, only the top two cars move into the Pittsburgher 100. Mike Fake is pitting in car number 6. Mike Fake is pits in car 6. Ending his bid to make the Pittsburgher 100. Continues to smoke, and that smoke looks like it's getting worse and worse, but there still seems to be no slowdown in the J&J Steel 18. That's the Warrior chassis. 14 of Larry Moore showing the way. B.A. Malquit in the M1 third. Our clock on Larry Moore, see what kind of laps he's turning with 6 laps remaining. To go. Larry Moore 19.85 that last lap to the track as the rubber lays down is starting to get faster again. Ben Miley pitting in car 99. Ben Miley heads to the pits in car 99. 19.78 that last lap for Moore. Thomas off the pace in car 99. He was running fourth. He slows and he's headed for the pits. That moves Dave Satterley into 79 up to fourth. Fifth is the 07 of Brett Raybergen. 3 laps to go. B.A. Malquit in the M1 trying to mount a charge on Scott Bloomquist for the final transfer spot. Bloomquist has smoked from early on. 2 laps remaining for Larry Moore. His lap times have gotten faster and faster. He's down to 19.60. One more lap, the first of 2 Autowares Pre-Fillers B-Mains. That last lap, 19.49. From Dayton, Ohio, the Dayton Flyer. He's led it from the start. He'll make the starting field for the 5th time in the Pittsburgher 100. 100. Your winner, Larry Moore. Scott Bloomquist second. B.A. Malquith third. Dave Satterley in the 79 fourth. 07 Brent Raybergen completes your top five. Larry Moore, the Dayton Flyer. One of your favorite names. How about a nice hand for your Outerwears Pre-Fielders B-Main winner, Larry Moore.
I don't know if you had a chance to give the fans the stats on Larry, but he's always in the top five up here. Never finished lower than fourth, making me nervous there for a while. We weren't sure you were going to be in the A. Some of your thoughts on the car, the track, and your run.
Well, I got to get in there and look at the tires and check see how much stagger I had. The car went from kind of pushing to loose there, and I'm sure that tire went away. So I got to go in there and reevaluate it and then think about how deep a hole I've dug myself to get. I got to come from a long ways. I think I got my work cut out for me.
Well, I want to talk to you up later.
I'll be trying. Thank you.
Dial back to you. Larry got some work to do.
Birthday to Roger Ankney. Roger Ankney, happy birthday real quick. Ready to go. It's the second of two Outerwears Pre-Fielders B-Mains. Not to go this time as Todd Andrews got going way too early in car 42. No green. The yellow is out. The yellow is out. So it'll... Here we go. Todd Andrews in the 42. Randy Kimmel in car 7. Bring the field around. Off the fourth turn they come. Looking for the green. The green is out. Car spinning. Mike Westfall in the W2 spins around, and a lot of guys are bunged up in the process. Bobby Burgess looks like maybe just some sheet metal. There's some plastic is wrapped around. And Outerwears Pre-Fielders B-Main is back underway. Third restart. Third try, second restart. Mark Petrucci this time spinning in turns 1 and 2. The yellow is out for the 5P of Mark Petrucci. Joe Meadows ready to return to the racetrack in car 33 as we come back to speed. The green is out. And it's turn 1 again. This time it's Ben Bellich in car 48. We have Ronnie. Todd Andrews, the leader with 7K. Randy Kimmel second, and 71D Ron Davies running third. 61 Dan Armbruster is fourth. As we finally get a lap into our second Outerwears Pre-Fielders B-Main. Todd Andrews in the Calhoun's Ford Mercury Cowan Trucking 42, walking away from the field here in the early going. Ron Davies trying to take second from the 7K of Randy Kimmel. Kimmel on the bubble, trying to hold on to the final transfer spot. Davies underneath him in turn 2, down the back straightaway. Kimmel still running second. Randy Kimmel brushes the wall, stays on the gas. gas. He continues along. The green stays out, but he'll find himself back in the middle of the pack, and now Ron Davies is second in car 71D. Armbruster in the 61 third. Now it's Davies up high in 1 and 2, and look at Armbruster in the 61, close ground off the second turn. 20.85 for Todd Andrews, 20.85. Randy Kimmel pitting in car 7K. .96, Davies high again. Here comes Dan Armbruster to second in car 61. That second spot awfully hard to hold on to here in the early going of this Autowares Pre-Fielders B-Mains. Now Bruce Wardusky in car 3 underneath Davies, trying to take third. He does down the back chute. As Todd Andrews runs away from the field. Car spinning in turn 2. Gary Lau in car 10. Also the Ben Bellis 48 car spinning around. Back on the gas with 6 down and 19 remaining. Off of turn 4, Andrews your leader. Right again. He'll pull away, Todd Andrews. Brewster second in the 61. Wardusky into 3 third. Now Andy Freeze in the 82, pressuring Ron Davies for 4th. Davies definitely loose through the corners, having his hands full. Andrews at 20.52 has already opened up a straightaway advantage. C.S. Fitzgerald in car 100 close to the wall in turns 1 and 2 that time, but he continues. Green stays out with 9 laps complete. Of Todd Andrews, the 42, hugging the inside rail off of turn 4, completing lap number 11. Dan Armbruster in the Wills Discount Auto Stores. Jay's Wrecking 61 from Erie in third. Another Erie driver, the Erie Vending Service. Roar Trucking 3 and Bruce Wardusky third. Lap traffic in front of Todd Andrews as we approach the halfway point. Hoffman off the pace in car 32 as he's passed by leader Todd Andrews. Andrews now underneath the double X of Dan Peichel, putting him a lap down as he takes the halfway side. 13 down, 12 to go. Mark Petrucci slows here on the front straightaway in the 5P. He'll turn left into the pits. Robinson in the pits. Jeff Robinson in car 3 pitting off the back straightaway. 10 laps to go when he comes by. Todd Andrews has been your leader from the start. Jeff Hoffman also turning left into the pits on the back straightaway. Briscoe and the Double X pitting on the back straightaway. One by one, we're losing them here in the second. Outerwear's Pre-Fillers B-Main. Ron Davies in the 71D goes high in turn one, and Andy Freeze in car 82 will pass him for fourth as they exit turn two down the back straightaway. Andy Freeze into fourth. Davies drops to fifth. It's still Todd Andrews leading, and that lead getting close to a half a lap over the 61 of Dan Armbruster. Gary Lau ready to pit here on the front straightaway in car 10. We have 7 laps to go. 7 to go. Todd Andrews, your leader, slipped off before that time. He's able to gather it back up, but he had a real problem coming off the fourth turn. C.S. Fitzgerald pitting on the back straightaway. To go when they come by. 5 laps to go. Todd Andrews is your leader. Second place battle continues. Closing laps. Dan Armbruster in the 61. Right now in the final transfer spot. Bruce Wardusky stays about 5 car lengths behind him in the 3H. Armbruster is up high off of 4, and Wardusky is right there. Things are getting interesting here for that final spot. Dale Armbruster getting up out of the group like maybe there was something amiss. Back down in the fast lane. 3 laps to go. Todd Andrews, your leader in turn 1. The battle is for second. 61, Dan Armbruster in 3H. Bruce Wardusky. Fourth, the 82 of Andy Freeze. Fifth, the 71D of Ron Davies. 634 Bob Burgess. Then the 33 of Joe Meadows. 48, Ben Belich. About to be lapped by Andrews, who has 2 to go. Armbruster, after that slip in 4, has now settled himself comfortably back into second with about a 5-car length advantage over Wardusky. The Duke Center tear. Todd Andrews around the 48 of Ben Belich. As they come off the fourth turn to take the white flag, 1 to go. The Cal Hans Ford Mercury Cowan Trucking Bullet Chassis Pro, powered by a Ford, leads down the back straightaway. He's led all 25 laps of this Outerwear's Pre-Fillers B-Main for the Pittsburgher 100. Todd Andrews will come off the fourth turn. He is your winner. Second, in the Wills Discount Auto Store 61, Dan Armbruster. Bruce Wardusky, third. Andy Freeze, fourth. Leading the top 5 will be the 71D of Ron Davies. So Todd Andrews in the 42 takes the win, 61 on Davies. Ron Davies in car 71D, the fastest qualifier this afternoon, who didn't qualify through the heats and B-Main. So he will take the 34th and final starting spot for the 6th annual Pittsburgher 100, sanctioned by the Stars by Arizona Racing Series for the Wolf's Head late models. How about a nice hand, your Outerwear's Pre-Fillers B-Main winner from Duke Center, Todd Andrews.
Is the car running okay? You're going to have to make any changes for the A-Main?
Well, we got to get switched over to gasoline, to run the 100 laps now. But, it's pretty good, but we just got a long way to go.
You had one point in the race where it looked like the car almost got away from you. What happened there?
I was signaling to the guy in the infield to let me know what was going on.
How long is it going to take to change it from the alcohol to the gas?
Hopefully about 10, 15 minutes.
We'll let you get to work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
About 10, 15 minutes, Dial, to change it.
1D. How about a nice hand for Ron Davies? Ron has been running some asphalt racing as well, been out of dirt for a while, came back here in 1994. We're glad to see him back with us at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for the Pittsburgher 100. Starting 33rd, making his 4th Pittsburgher start, another driver from the northwestern part of the state in car 61 from Erie, Dan Armbruster. Starting in the 32nd position, the only two-time winner of the Pittsburgher 100 from Mooresburg, Tennessee, in car number 18, Scott Bloomquist. Scott has also started each of our 6 Pittsburghers, a member of the Super 6. Starting 31st in car number 42, his first start in the Pittsburgher 100 from Duke Center, Pennsylvania. Put your hands together for Todd Andrews, winner of one of our 2 outerwear pre-fielders B-Mains. Next in line, this gentleman making his 5th start in the Pittsburgher. He's never finished worse than 4th from Dayton, Ohio in car number 14, another one of our outerwear pre-fielders B-Main winners, the Dayton Flyer, Larry Moore. Larry already on his way down. Scheduled to start was 29th, was Steve Baker in car 84. He has scratched. In his place will be the M1 of B.A. Malquit from Strasburg, Ohio. He'll tag the field, B.A. Malquit in car M1. Next up, starting 28th this afternoon, another member of the Super 6, 3-time defending track champion here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, the all-time leader in late model feature wins from Evans City, and the number 1 Concord Automotive 1C, Lynn Geisler. Larry Moore went before. Now we've got Todd Andrews. That's all right. You're on time. We're early. Starting 27th, another member of the Super 6 who's qualified for all 6 Pittsburghers. From Parkersburg, West Virginia, in the E1, the Floodwall Flyer, Mike Balzano. Starting 26th, the 1990 Pittsburgher champion, making his 5th start in this race from Renfrew in car 17W, Bob Waring Jr. Starting next in line in car 95, the all-time leading winner in late model feature victories at the Hagerstown Speedway, driving the Candyman 95 from Hagerstown, Maryland, Denny Bonebreak. His 2nd start in the Pittsburgher. Starting 24th, making his 3rd start in the Pittsburgher 100 from Rockbridge, Bass, Virginia, in the 00B, Super Booper Bear. Lining up next in car 99, his 5th start in the Pittsburgher. He's our 1991 race champion from Dresden, Ohio, Donnie Moran. Starting 22nd. His first start in the Pittsburgher. He never saw this racetrack till earlier this summer. On his first night here, he won. From Bedford, the Bedford Bullet, and the RG3, Bob Salathe. Starting in the 21st position, his third start in the Pittsburgher. From Hagerstown, Maryland, driving the Ray Vest Excavating 24, Nathan Durbo. Starting 20th, making his fourth start here in the Pittsburgher. He picked up his first career feature win here back in April, driving car number 5 from Chester, West Virginia, Lou Bradish. Going 19th in car 24F from Cross Junction, Virginia. His third start in the Pittsburgher 100, the Virginia Leadfoot, Rodney Franklin. Starting 18th. First attempt at qualifying for the Pittsburgher 100. It's been a successful one. Driving car number 34, Rick Workman. In the 17th starting position from Lost Creek, West Virginia, they call him the Lost Creek Express. A two-time starter now in the Pittsburgher 100, car 31, Denny Chamberlain. Next in line, in car number 30, from Parkersburg, West Virginia. He picked up 2 wins here last Saturday night. That is Rick Workman. Steve Shaver, starting 16th in car 30. Got them mixed up on my sheet here. Scheduled to go in the 15th starting position. His second start in the Pittsburgher, currently second in the STARS point standings, from York, Pennsylvania, car 0, Rick Eckerts. Starting 14th, it was his former number. In car 28B, his fourth start in the Pittsburgher 100 from Asheville, New York, the 28B of Dick Barton. Starting 13th in car number 4 from Valencia, Pennsylvania, his second start in this race, Ed Faree. Going 12th in car 00 from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the man who won the Dream back in June, the only 4-time winner of the Dirt Track World Championship. Car 00, Freddie Smith. Going 11th in car number 44, another member of the Super 6. He's qualified for all Pittsburghers. He was the winner of the Penn National 100 here in July. From Greencastle, how about a nice hand for Gary Stuhler? Now we're to the top 10. Starting 10th here this afternoon, another member of the Super 6 from Sugar Grove, Pennsylvania, in the Star 1, Chubb Frank. All right, Chubb. Going 9th. Running third in the STARS point standings in car 15 from Ashland, Kentucky, his third start of the Pittsburgher 100, Steve Francis. Your 8th starter in car 68 from Weston, West Virginia. He's been a multi-winner here in 1994, his 4th appearance in the Pittsburgher 100. Put your hands together for Tim Hitz. Starting 7th, the defending STARS point champion, current STARS points leader, 1992 Pittsburgher champion in car 1J from New Alexandria, Davey Johnson. Lined up 6th. Another one of our weekly competitors here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. His 2nd appearance in the Pittsburgher 100 in car D11 from Evans City, John Flinner. Starting 5th and only his 2nd Pittsburgher appearance, the younger half of the Johnson brothers from Imperial, the 2 of Mike Johnson. Starting 4th, our fast qualifier for the 6th annual Pittsburgher 100 from Grayson, Kentucky in car B4, Jack Boggs. Your 3rd starter from Zanesville, Ohio in car number 11, Bart Hartman. Starting on the front row in car number 75 from Mitchell, Indiana, his 2nd appearance in the Pittsburgher 100, John Gill. Starting on the pole, also and only his 2nd appearance here in the Pittsburgher 100 from Russell, Pennsylvania in the Trackside magazine, Hamill Motorsports 49, Brian Roman.
I want to really thank all the fans for their perseverance with us yesterday with the weather. As ugly as it was yesterday, we have pretty today. So I really want to thank all the fans. I want to invite you back to Pittsburgh. Come and see us during the racing season. It's because of you that this is here. We're really excited. The Pittsburgher keeps growing. This is year 6 now. When I look out in that parking lot and see all those RVs there, we know that you're traveling to come and see us. We're working real hard to give you a nice racetrack, to put on a nice event for you, and we just really want to thank each of you for coming to Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
Thank you, Red Viley, promoter here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red gleam, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet
engine, that famous command.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
All right, let's go. Team 1994. The number one Concord, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway Grand Am pacing the field. Let's wave them off for the Pittsburgher 100. The field, the green flag pointed to the sky. Brian Ruhlman, the 49, John Gill, the 75 are on the gas as they come off the fourth turn. The Pittsburgher 100, 6th annual is underway. 49, Brian Ruhlman takes the early lead. John Gill in the 75 is going to challenge him for that lead as they race into turn number 3. Bart Hartman sits in third. Jack Boggs fourth. John Flinner running fifth. Ruhlman up high and John Gill tries to take the lead going into turn 1. He'll make the pass for the lead. Ruhlman second. Hartman third. Davey Johnson moving into the top 5 in turn 2, but he skates high coming off a 2. He'll drop back to 6th as they race into turn 3. Spinning in turn 4, the E1 of Mike Balzano. Spinning in turn 4, and the yellow is out. The yellow flag is out for the E1 of Mike Balzano. He's back under green. John Gill's on the gas, and the green is out. Challenging Brian Ruhlman for second in turn 3. Coming off of 4, Bart Hartman in the 11, trying to move to second. He'll make the pass. Boggs fourth, Johnson fifth. Winner running 6th. Tim Hitt is 7th. Mike Johnson 8th now. Steve Francis the 15th, 9th. Rennie Smith in the 0-0 running 10th as Francis shoots back by Mike Johnson going into turn 3. Smith joining them in turn 3. Lap traffic going to play an early role here as John Gill, completing lap 7, will be getting into lap traffic here very shortly. 71D, 1 lap down as he completes lap number 8. The Parkway Food Supply. A&H Motorsports 75. Down the back straightaway. Continues to hold the lead over the 11 of Bart Hartman. Scott Bloomquist in car 18 back away, smoking again. Down the back straightaway, Bloomquist still smoking a bit when he gets to the end of the straightaway. His car slowing down. The 44 of Gary Stuhler stops up in turn 4. Gary Stuhler in car 44 brings out the caution. Ready to go. John Gill's back up to speed. And the green is out. Second caution of the event. Davey Johnson now in car 1J underneath Jack Boggs. Johnson moves to 4th. In the 1J, Boggs tries to take that spot back down the back straightaway, but can't get the pass made. Rick Eckert off the pace in car 0. Rick Eckert off the pace in car 0. Appears headed for the pits. The Eckert Trucking 0 is going to stop on the back straightaway. And the yellow flag is out. The yellow flag is out for car 0, Rick Eckert. Rick Eckert and Donnie Here we go. Back to green. John Gill is your leader. Gill took the lead on lap 2 from Brian Ruhlman. Davey Johnson off the bottom of turn 4 trying to move to 3rd. He's done that on every restart, able to pick up 1 position. And this time Johnson is into 3rd. Ruhlman drops to 4th. Tim hit in car 68 on the outside, moves to 5th around the B4 of Jack Boggs. Still your leader. Hartman 2nd, Johnson 3rd. Ruhlman 4th, hit 5th. Freddie Smith underneath the D11 of John Flinner in turn 2 down the back straightaway. Flinner races back by him on the outside. They're side by side into 3. Able to make the pass, and Flinner through 3 and 4 that time. He's now 7th, Freddie Smith. Flinner high in 2, and Steve Francis in the 15, trying to squeeze by Flinner on the back chute. Smith in car 00 now challenging the B4 Jack Boggs for 6th as they head into turn 3. Your leader in turn 1, 15 laps are down. John Gill from Mitchell, Indiana. Showing the way. Hartman 2nd, Johnson 3rd, Ruhlman 4th, hit 5th, Boggs 6th, missed 7th, Francis 8th, Flinner 9th, Mike Johnson running 10th. Now underneath Tim Hitt in turn 2. Race for 5th down the back straightaway. Boggs in the B4 hit into 68. Lap traffic for John Gill in car 75. To the outside of Lynn Geisler in turns 1 and 2. Gill down the back straightaway. Maintains that lead. More lap traffic in his pass. 71D Ron Davies in the 3 of Bob Salafi. Pushing high, coming off of turn 4, up close to the wall. Bart Hartman off the pace. Bart Hartman in car 11 slows down, trying to get that car turned left into the pits. That moves Davey Johnson to 2nd. We got a crash in turn 3 and 4. Crash in turn 3 and 4. Larry Moore in car 14 and Rick Workman in car 34. The yellow is out. Back to green. Off the fourth turn. Gill leads and Johnson is second. Rulon third, Boggs fourth, and Freddie Smith is fifth. Then Tim Hitz, Steve Francis, John Flinner, and Mike Johnson. John Gill continues to lead, Davey Johnson second. Will be a fifth of the way home this time by, completing lap number 20. Johnson up against the wall between turns 3 and 4. That right now has been the crash. Well, you can see the damage to Steve Shaver's car number 30, extensive on the right front. Gill goes. Johnson follows, Rulon third as they come off at turn number 4. In the 1 and 2, Davey Johnson almost getting alongside of John Gill that time, but Gill still your leader down the back straightaway. Johnson second. Rulon running third. Top 5. Tim Hitt in the 68, 6, 15, Steve Francis 7th, Donnie Moran in the 99, 8th, John Flinner the 11, running 10th. On lap 25 right now, 24 down, this is lap 25, a quarter of the way home with the Pittsburgher 100. Freddie Smith fourth, B4 Jack Boggs fifth, 68 Tim Hitz sixth, 15 Steve Francis seventh, 8th the 99 of Donnie Moran, 9th and the 11 of John Flinner, and 10th right now the 24 of Nathan Durbo. Johnson on the top of the track. Top of the groove, middle of the track. Gill coming underneath him off of 4 down the front straightaway, side by side for the lead. Into turn 1. Johnson gets by Armbruster. Gill gets by Armbruster. Johnson still your leader. Off a 2 down the back chute. Malcolm in the M1 goes a lap down. Smith is now third. Freddie Smith is third in car 00. Tim Hitt has moved to fourth in car 68. And Brian Ruhlman has dropped to fifth in car 49. Some changing going on. Donnie Moran also coming toward the front in car 99. Dick Barton dropping out in car 28B. Here's your leader, Davey Johnson, completing lap 39. We're racetrack right now, but there's a bunch of traffic waiting for Johnson here shortly as he completes lap 40. John Gill second. Freddie Smith third, Tim Hitt fourth. Brian Ruhlman running fifth. Donnie Moran sixth, Jack Boggs seventh, Steve Francis eighth. Nathan Durborough ninth, John Flinter 10th, Chubb Frank dropping out in car star 1. Davey Johnson still your leader. Now behind the 00, Cooper Bear, then Bob Waring Jr. in the 17, 44 Gary Stuber, 42 Todd Andrews, and the 24F of Rodney Franklin. Johnson may have to move up a groove. He's been glued to the bottom of the racetrack. Gill able to close in as traffic lays in front of Davey Johnson. Down the back straightaway. It's going to get very interesting again here. 2 cars side by side in front of your leader. Gill sitting in the catbird seat as Johnson works underneath the 44 Gary Stewart. Gill second. Smith still third. Hit fourth, right behind Freddie Smith. Johnson now underneath the 71D of Ron Davies. Gill has caught right up to Davey Johnson. Johnson trying to work underneath the 00 Booper there, but it's some tough sledding there. As we close in on the halfway point, this will be lap 45. Gill now coming off of 4 on the inside, closes on Johnson. We've got a crash in front of your leader, Johnson and Gill will get through. There was a little bit of contact as Johnson tried to slow down in front of one of those cars spinning. John ready to go back to green. The green is out. Johnson brings him off at turn 4. 23 cars on the speedway. Cooper Bear has a hole in his fuel cell, we're told. Cooper Bear with a hole in his fuel cell, the 0000. He's out for the night. 45 laps now complete. This afternoon has been running that slow, but all of a sudden he's in the top 10, running 10th right now, and car 18 continues to blow that blue smoke. Ed Ferree in the 4 in front of him in 9th. Rodney Franklin running 8th. Steve Francis 7th. Donnie Moran 6th. Brian Ruhlman 5th. Tim Hitt 4th. Freddie Smith 3rd. John Gill 2nd. And the man they're chasing is Davey Johnson in the 1J. halfway point. 50 laps remaining in the 6th annual Pittsburgher 100. Watch that race for third. Timmy hitting car 68. Was really close to Freddie Smith down the front straightaway, coming off at 2. Able to close within a car lane. Hit underneath Smith, coming off a 4 that time. Smithville wins the drag race into 1, and behind them, Donnie Moran is now 5th in car 99. Donnie Moran up to 5th in car 99. Ryan Rowland drops to 6th in the 49. Same distance behind, lap 54 in the books. Johnson underneath the D11 of John Flinner, putting a lap down as they head into turn 1. Car stopping on the top of the racetrack in turn 2. It's the 24 of Nathan Durborough. Durborough brings out the yellow in car 24. And now back on the green. 45 laps remaining. Green is out, and look who's starting to make some noise. Scott Bloomquist. Now trying to take Brian Rowland for 6th. Trying to take third from Freddie Smith in turn 3. Side by side into 4. It has the pass made. The last lap for Davey Johnson, 20.24 unofficially. Gill still second, hit now third, Smith fourth, Donnie Moran 5th. Ryan Woolman 6th, Scott Bloomquist 7th, Rodney Franklin 8th, Ed Furry 9th, and Jack Boggs is 10th. Bloomquist into 6th, Scott Bloomquist around Brian Rowland into the 6th position in car number 18. Still on the speedway. Davey Johnson continually turning laps at about 20.2, 20.3 seconds, and Donnie Moran has just passed Freddie Smith for 4th. Smith starting to fade in the double zeros. Moran moves to 4th. Smith up high off of 4, now Bloomquist trying to pass Freddie Smith. Bloomquist in car 18 into the top 5. Freddie Smith slowing in turn 4, just as Timmy hit it right on the 75 of John Gill. The yellow out. 0-0. Off the 4th turn, the green is out. Six laps remaining in the Pittsburgher 100. Durbo and Geisler return to the speedway. Johnson leads. Gill second. Hit third. Fourth is Moran, and Bloomquist is a strong fifth as he pressures Moran. Then comes Brian Ruhlman. Rodney Franklin, Jack Boggs, who hit it not long ago. Boggs also starting to work the racetrack very well on the outside as he darts around the 4 of Ed Faree. 34 laps to go. Through turn 3, a 1J is your leader. Gill second, hit third. Fourth, Moran. Fifth, Bloomquist. Sixth, Brian Ruhlman. Seventh, Jack Boggs. Eighth, Rodney Franklin. Ninth, Ed Faree. And 10th to 15 of Steve Francis. Johnson took the lead from John Gill. Gill had led from lap 2. He's still second. John Gill, 2. Davey Johnson. Tim hit third. Moran 4th, and Bloomquist 5th. 30 laps to go when they come by. 30 laps remaining. Some heat on the 75 of John Gill through turn 1 and 2 that last lap. Gill able to outrun him down the straightaway, but hit closed right in through the corner. Mike Balzano off the pace and headed for the pits in car E1. Mike Balzano off the pace in car E1. No, he'll stop. He'll stop on the racetrack. Yellow is out, and then he'll go. He's back out. Off of turn 4. And Jack Boggs in car B4 challenging Brian Ruhlman for 6th in turn 1. Ruhlman being passed by Boggs. Boggs back to 6th. In the B4 trying to take 5th from Scott Bloomquist in turn 1. Bloomquist hugging the rail. No room for Boggs on the inside. Now Bloomquist close to Moran for 4th. We've got 25 laps to go, and the Pittsburgher 175 are down. length advantage over the 75 of John Gill. Then it's another 7 cars back to the 68 of Tim Hitt in third. That last lap at 20.05 for Davey Johnson, 20.05. Turning that lap to 20.19. This stays green for a ways here. Johnson could have some traffic to contend with in the not-too-distant future. 20 laps remaining, 80 are down. Tim Hitt in car 68, again closing on the 75 of John Gill for second. Has stretched the lead in the 1J, the Franklin Racing Supply Drain Racing Engine Bullet Chassis. 1J, 19.86. 19.86, that last lap for Davey Johnson. He is turning up the wick. Challenging Scott Bloomquist. They got together just a moment at 3 and 4 that last lap. Nathan Durborough stops atop the racetrack in turn 2 to bring out the yellow. Fishing in Bethel Park, J&L Racing Supply, Harry's Unical 76, and the new Evansburg Motor Speedway as the green is back out. Set the way with Gill second, Hitt third, Moran fourth, Bloomquist fifth, Boggs sixth, Roman seventh, Francis eighth, Franklin ninth, and Lou Bradish is now 10th in car 5. This time by we'll have 14 laps to go, 14 remaining. Laps remaining. Slipping in 1 and 2 that time. Bloomquist almost able to sneak underneath him. And able to get back in line. 90 laps are down in the Pittsburgher 100. 10 remaining. Davey Johnson leading John Gill by half a straightaway. Tim Hitt third in the 68. 99 Donnie Moran fourth. 18 Scott Bloomquist fifth. P4 Jack Boggs sixth. Brian Woman in the 49-7. 15 Steve Francis 8th. Lou Bradish in the 5-9. Running 10th now, the 24F of Johnson closing in on lap traffic another time. Johnson moves around the 71 of Ron Davies, who's off the pace. Davies into the pits in car 71D. Tim Hitt slowing down in car 68. Tim Hitt in car 68, who was running third, is off the pace here in turn number 4. The yellow is back out. Tim Hitt in car 68 is back out. Took the lead on lap 33. Passing to 75 of John Gill, who had led from lap 2. It's 60 laps later, and Johnson still leading with Gill second, Moran third, Lundquist fourth, Boggs fifth, Rowland sixth, Francis seventh, Bradish eighth, Ed Ferree moves to ninth, Rodney Franklin in the 24F still running 10th. 6 laps to go. And Jack Boggs fifth. 20.11 that lap for Davey Johnson. 20.11. Remaining 2 to go. 98 down. Johnson still leads. The white flag is waving for the 6th annual Pittsburgher 100. Franklin Racing Supply, Drame Racing Engines, Bullet Chassis 1J. New Alexandria's Davey Johnson took the lead on lap number 33. He was the Pittsburgher champion in 1992, and he'll wear the crown for the 2nd time in 1994. Johnson the winner, Gill second, Moran third, Lundquist fourth, Jack Boggs is fifth, Roman sixth, Francis seventh, Bradish eighth, 9th to Rodney Franklin and Todd Andrews 10th. Unofficially, Ed Ferree with a right rear tire flat on the last lap, and that happened probably when he brushed the wall with about 2 to go. Report.
In one day, a lot of people give it that little extra effort, but we did it.
We did it, and again, yeah, your tip of the hat to the track crew and to everyone, as you said, for a job well done, and he'll be rolling into victory lane here for the 2nd time in the Pittsburgher. He becomes the 2nd two-time winner. Here's Stars defending champion and current Stars points leader, the Franklin Racing Supply, Drame Racing Engines, Bullet Chassis 1J. Last week he was 2nd at the World 100. One better this weekend here and back in his hometown, back in Western Pennsylvania. Remind members of the media there will be a press conference in the press room with the top 3 finishers. There will be a press conference in the press room with the top 3 finishers. Brian Ruhlman led lap 1. John Gill took the lead on lap 2. Davey Johnson took the lead on lap 33. And when the checkered flag waved on lap 100, it was Johnson showing the way. Helping his wife Brenda celebrate her birthday this weekend. Catching his breath, getting a cool drink before he climbs out. Fans, those of you leaving, we want to thank you all for coming. We thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you return next year for the 7th annual Pittsburgher 100 here at Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. We'll give you the official finish here as soon as we have it. Put your hands together for Davey Johnson. The executive director of the STARS 75. John Gill, the second place car, will be making his way is making his way onto the front straightaway. Also, we hope to have the 99 of Donnie Moran on the track.
We're going to talk with two-time winner of the Pittsburgher. Dave, when we watch the 1J going around down here, it's like old home week. It's happened so many times, we've begun to expect it. Let's talk about the race. The front of the cars banged in a little bit. Early on, there was a little mishap there. What happened?
We got into lap traffic there, and I don't know if Ruhlman had cut a tire down or what, but he got a little squirrely, and a couple guys got together there, and I ran in the back of Booper. You know, there wasn't much we could do. He tried stopping, I tried stopping, but luckily it did have it pulled against there, and Smokey pulled it out for me, and she's little. I could steer about 3/4 away anyhow, so it was good.
You started 7th, but it looked like early in the race you were working good down on the bottom of the racetrack. Let's talk about that.
The car wasn't real good there off the bat. I think everybody's a little trick there. The track was awful slick. And as we kept running, you know, my car kept suiting the style of the racetrack, and it kept getting better and better.
When you went past John Gill around 33 laps there, had you been saving it prior to that, or was it traffic? How'd you make the move?
I got kind of good on the bottom. Everybody's kind of worked their groove in down there where I needed to be, and when I had the chance, I just took it.
You're with a new car owner in a new situation. This has got to solidify the points. How many more races, and where's the second place man stand?
I have no idea on the points there, Don, but everybody at Franklin, Rear Ends, Fairgate Racing, Ed and Gail Free, it's been a super month and a half with these guys. You know, Ed's 100%, Dan Pizzuto. I mean, it's a total team effort with these guys, and Ray Callahan and the Bullet Chassis and Pro Shocks, and just all my sponsors, and working with these people, things are working good for me.
Toward the end of the race, were you concerned? Were you pacing yourself? Were you running full out? How was it going?
I definitely had to pace. It was a little bit soft on rubber as well as everybody else was, and it felt like it was getting a little thin there on the right rear. So I had some signals down there in the corner, and if it'd get close, I'd put her on for a couple laps, and then I'd slow back down a little bit and conserved as much as I could.
You're the second two-time winner of the race in pretty prestigious company. You got to be proud.
Definitely, and for Ed and Gail Free and everybody at Fairgate and Franklin, thank you.
Kind of extra special winning back here at home. We want to congratulate you on a job well done.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah. Dave, you bringing the other guys up?
While we're waiting for the second and third place drivers to join Davey up on the victory plateau, this is Davey Johnson's 10th win on the STARS Tour in 1994. He continues to lead the points race, and it's Davey's 4th win of the year here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. And for his career here on Dirt's Monster Half Mile, Johnson now has 28 victories. He is third on the all-time list behind Lynn Geisler and Ben Miley with those 28 wins.
Of fans come up here to congratulate him too, Dow. I thought he was going to win it. Well, he'll have to do this every year now.
That's right. Start something, you have to finish it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Kind of a nice present.
$20,000 ain't bad.
On the car, a relatively new car, a new team, and your run.
Well, you know, we started there in a pretty good spot, and we got rolling pretty good. the yellows was kind of hurting me there. We had a lot of yellows during the race, and it seemed like after the long haul, when I was leading there, the longer I ran, the better I got, and it just yellows was kind of slowing me down just a bit. We didn't have a bad run, but we just was a little bit off, and everything being new, and this being the second time I've been here, I was a little off probably driving some. The car could have been a little better, but I'd just like to thank everybody from the A&H Motorsports, Rocket Chassis, Hoosier Tire, everybody that's helped on the car. You know, I just take my hat off. I couldn't be up here if it wasn't for those people, and I just want to thank all of them, and I appreciate getting the opportunity to drive over here. We'll be back next year, hopefully, and maybe have a little bit better luck.
John, to be here with 65 of the best cars in the country and finish second, you got nothing to worry about. You did a nice job, and we want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Donnie, you started so far back in the race, you probably needed a map to see the front, but you found a way to get up there. Won the race in 91, a good run today. Some of your thoughts?
The car worked pretty good. The Malcute engine, it worked pretty good. And, I want to say thanks to my crew, Rhonda, David, Toma, and, everybody else helped us, and everybody down at Rocket, Mark Richards, and, Pro Shocks, Arizona Sports Shirts, Gerald, they do all our T-shirts. But, it was a long race, and, congratulations, Davey, and everybody there. And, we're just glad to finish third for where we started.
You have never been out of the top 5 here, 1 win and 4 other top 5 finishes. That's a pretty enviable record for anyone.
Well, I'll take it, I guess.
Congratulations on another good job.
Thank you very much.
Dow, while we got a minute, I want to thank you. Been awful nice working with you. I really look forward to this. I think the fans, we try to keep them entertained, and I think they enjoy what we've done.
Well, Don, it's likewise to you. You make my job a whole lot easier, being my eyes in the pits, and you do a great job of keeping everybody up to date, especially with a race like this with so many cautions and so many cars dropping out. Job well done as well to you. Here's the official rundown for the 6th annual Pittsburgher 100. Your winner in the 1J, Davey Johnson. Second car, 75, John Gill. Third, the 99 of Donnie Moran. Fourth in the 18, Scott Bloomquist. Fifth in the B4, Jack Boggs. Sixth in car 49, Brian Ruhlman. Seventh in car 15, Steve Francis. Eighth in car 5, Lou Bradish. Ninth in car 24F, Rodney Franklin. 10th in car 42, Todd Andrews. 11th in car 95, Denny Bonebrake. 12th in car 00, Freddie Smith. 13th in car 17, Bob Waring Jr. 14th in car E1, Mike Balzano. 15th in car 31, Denny Chamberlain. 16th in car 24, Nathan Durborough. 17th in car 4, Ed Faree. Then a lap down in 18th, the RG3 of Bob Salathy. 19th was 61, Dan Armbruster. 20th, the 1C of Lynn Geisler. 21st, after a strong run, 68, Tim Hitt. 22nd, car 71D, Ron Davies. 23rd, the D11 of John Flinner. 24th, the 00, Booper Bear. 25th, the 44 of Gary Stuhler. 26th, the 34 of Rick Workman. 27th, the M1 of B.A. Malquit. 28th, the Star 1 of Chubb Frank. 29th, the 28B of Dick Barton. 30th, the 2 of Mike Johnson. 31st, car 30, Steve Shaver. 32nd, car 11, Bart Hartman. 33rd, car 14, Larry Moore. And finishing last in car 0, Rick Eckert. Lap leaders.
Sit anywhere, it don't matter.
Don't matter, David. vote count, please.
Overall,
Okay, guys, they're tired, so let's make it, short and sweet, go right to the point with them if you want, okay? They're all yours.
Hey, were you laying back and you got in the second spot? When I got in the second? No, not at all. I never eased up any until I knew that I pulled a little bit on John because I was concerned about the rubber on mine. Oh, that's for sure.
I'll stay here and wait for no problem. We'll be coming up the road around the side of the
Were any of you worried about tires or?
Well, I thought my tires were wearing because after the yellows I was pretty good, and then the longer it takes spells, like where I'd get loose, and then I was tight. It was kind of a hit and miss deal, so I was kind of concerned my car was a little bit tight, and I was just there towards the end. I wasn't trying to save anything, but I was concerned about it. I just wasn't nothing I could, I was just trying to be as easy, nothing good.
Dave, you were getting pretty big jumps on the restart. Were you having a hard time keeping up with them?
Well, I couldn't. Yeah, my car wasn't as good off the yellows as he was. The longer I run, the better I got. But like the starch was killing me.
Let's talk about the yellows a little bit. Seems like everybody's kind of gotten into this routine of bringing out the yellows to go change tires and stuff. You guys as drivers, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's hurting races or?
Everybody's in that situation once or.
Yeah, but that's not so bad. It's whenever a guy stops on the track when he's about ready to go down a lap and doesn't even pit. That's where the bad part of it comes in. That's just bad for racing when that happens.
That's bad sportsmanship, actually.
I mean, that was pulled out there late in the race, and Davey knows where that had no return to, and we're not going to mention any names, but I just thought that was really a bad move there. That takes away from a race when that happens.
It does, but people still want to do it.
Well, until you put a rule in the stops, Donnie, Until you put a rule in the stops. I mean, I go to a racetrack on Friday nights, and the rule is that you bring out a caution, the tow truck better get you off the track or you're not allowed.
Well, let's let them answer it.
It's a concern, I think, but it'd be hard to judge. I mean, this is what you're here for, to put on a show for the people, and mixing it up, that's kind of what it's all about, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't approve of it, but what do you do about it, There were a lot of wrecks the other day, too. I don't know. I mean, there were unusually more than normal wrecks, tonight.
Were you concerned about your nose piece hurting you? I really was until we stopped. Smokey did pull it out, but it was, even when he did pull it out, I could, if I could only counter steer probably half of the turn, that was it.
Track seemed to get faster as the race went on.
It picked up, and then it went down, and it picked up.
Yeah.
It kept going back and forth.
It seemed like after the yellows it'd be good sometimes, and then sometimes it was shit. Wasn't it? I was anyway.
Oh, look at this, John, that's all.
You think finishing out of the darkness might have a lot to do with the track? Usually you would finish with the
I think
sun.
we were running in the dark every year. Really did.
Pardon me? I thought we finished in the day last year.
Last year was the day because, we only had the 2 Bs and the A main last year, so it was a little light. Yeah, it was light last year.
Anybody else? Dave, how's it feel second time around?
I looked at first. I can tell you that. Depending on what kind of chassis did you drive before you
Snatcher built.
Is there much difference or to get used to or anything?
No, they're just new cars. Is all about alike. They're just you got to just kind of feel them out and find the characteristics of them. They're just you just got to take them a little at a time. It's tough coming to these kind of races with a new car. A new team deal. New owners and stuff.
I know them pretty well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dave, my question is, the fact that the way it worked out was you passed the A&H car for the lead, did that mean anything to you?
I don't look at it like that. I raced against John when he was in a master build or it don't matter,
The fact it was your former car though,
Nah, it doesn't bother me. I've raced with John, we've run around town, and we've never had nothing as far as stuff, He's a good clean racer, and we're just racing. Doesn't matter who owns what.
Were you Worried about your tires?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, because we started out, it felt to me that the track was, was hooked up all day long. And then we started this feature and felt like we was on ice skates.
Yeah.
So we're trying to heat the tires up, and then halfway into the race, you start feeling a little bit hooked up, and then you start wondering, well, am I tearing this thing up now? And it just, too many things go through your head.
What about all the caution? Is that good for you or bad for you?
It didn't, like John said, the track changed so much, pick up and slow down, pick up and slow down, it didn't really bother me, except for lap traffic, I know if I got into lap traffic heavy, the track had probably a groove and a half to it, it's hard to pass. They definitely, the caution went my way.
Yeah, at one time, I think it was like 60 something, you were like, there was like 7 or 8 cars in front of you. John was coming and yellow came out.
Well, that's where I got him, was in traffic, so he knows. Definitely played a part.
Donnie, did you have anything left after starting 23rd? I mean, had you used all tires there?
Starting that far back, it seemed like we had better run than that go green for a long time, but, it's just the way the car was set.
You got a scare when effort broke. You guys got together on the back stretch.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I was underneath of him when we probably both been out.
I got dry now.
How do you feel now? How do you feel now about your home lead as far as the stars?
Rick finished last. He got 34.
Where's it at? Thanks, Donnie. I don't know. I mean, where am I at? I have no idea. No, but do you feel pretty comfortable now with the lead that you have? Or? You never know. I mean, I could go out next week and the week after and break. I mean, until there's only one race left and I got 500-point lead, will I say that.
What has turned it around for you after that long, the last couple of weeks?
I don't know. I mean, I got all fresh blood in there, Ed Free, Farragut Racing, Franklin. They're a bunch of good people, and pretty much everything up there at the shop, they let me run myself, and no one has to say so as far as over me, so I don't know. It's just, I get to do things my way. If they work, they work. If they don't, well, then I'm the one to blame.
Do you help Ed with his car at all in the setup?
I set Ed's car up, and I work with Joe Parada as far as setting on.
I was just curious, you both turned us exactly the same time today.
Yeah, that was a big joke down in the pits. But
he hung in there until 2 laps ago when he brushed the wall there and got a flat tire.
Is that right?
Flat tire, I think it was.
Clear off the rim.
Well, you ran a lap was off.
How much of the $20,000 will your wife get for her birthday?
Let's put a guy in the spot, Don.
Should have work on it a little bit.
Showing up with her fair share.
Yeah, better than me, I'm sure. John, coming east, how do you feel about that? You'll be driving more races in the east instead of out the UMP territory.
Well, right now, most of the races are over in this direction. Around home there, they're pretty much all winding down. They've all just got like a race left. Some of them's tracked around home, but more of the money races are in Ohio, West Virginia, and of course this race was coming up. So it's that time of year to start moving this direction. So it isn't really a big difference. I was planning on coming this way anyway. We're about all done, it's all winding down. Everybody's last race, I guess this is the last race here, probably. So, I do it every year, come this way to race, so it's nothing new, nothing different, really.
Are you and Gary and Denny talking about next year?
Haven't really, no. Just trying to get through this deal, kind of feel it out this year and do the best, we can do. I don't know them very well, they don't know me very well, and this new car and stuff, it's kind of tough really, to come to the bigger races, but, I'm just going to run, we're running here, then we're going to go to Pittsburgher and West Virginia Motor, and maybe a race or two in between, maybe go down south some here, like in October and stuff, so just kind of taking it a week at a time.
Do you come over early at all to help with the car, or do you just
No.
show up race day?
No, it's 7.5 hours. It's a little far to go to work.
Oh, maybe like this one here, you come in a little bit early or something, you just show up or
No.
drive the car.
I got here Friday night, of course, to come for yesterday, but I didn't get there till late last night. Went to the shop, which was the first time I'd ever been there. They do all of it, and I just drive it. That's my primary concern, just to try to do the best.
Well, you got the easy part then, the other two guys do their own work here.
Everybody's got their hard parts, yeah. That's benefit of not, having to work on it, but, they do all the work anyway, so.
How much concern do you guys have with all the rain we had yesterday? And, Donnie and Dave, you've been on this track well enough to know it's going to be hard and slick, but you guys have big question marks coming in today as far as the way the track is going to be.
Well, they already had it completely hard yesterday before it started raining, and nobody was on the track really before it did start raining, which left it sealed over. So you knew it was going to be in pretty decent shape. Just a matter of, quit raining where we got on it this morning.
In 2 weeks, you have the Winchester and Hagerstown running again. How you guys plan on doing that?
Like we did last year, hope it don't rain.
It's supposed to be all ironed out. That's what we've been told. You ought to know.
Stan, no comments?
More than I do.
Bad answer.
Well, last I heard is that Winchester definitely would run later if it happened.
Write that down.
I got a tape recorder. It's just all hearsay. Yeah. Don't watch these PR directors.
How do you rank or compare this track with the other ones that travel across the United States? Where does it fit?
Big, it fits hard. It's good.
It's a good track to come running. Look forward to coming over here every year. It's a pretty fast racetrack, smooth, nice crowd, it makes it interesting to come over here and run.
John, are you more used to the little quarter mile bull rings than this?
I run on all of them. They're everywhere. They got them around home, run on miles over in Illinois and up in Indianapolis. It's just, there's a lot of quarter miles around over in Illinois and stuff, but not really around where I'm from. They're mostly half miles or 3/8, so nothing much difference in them.
Does it mean more to you when you sort of quote unquote on your home track?
Definitely on my home track, and I probably get over three times a year, if it's all possible. So come down here and win the Pittsburgher, and that's definitely a plus for me.
Probably half the center of the front of the bleachers was here to see him race.
It was all booing when they...
They want to make you mad.
It's fired up to the job.
Go to 7.
Huh?
Go to 7.
David, have you and Ed Free done any talking on Bush in the future or not?
It's up in the air. I really can't talk about it right now. I don't want to give any false information, but we've talked about it. He's got a real good team. In fact, he's got my old crew chief, Terry Allen, which I had hired when I was trying to run my own team. We've been talking. I definitely want to do some races next year if all possible. If not, do a good season of testing anyhow. If everything works out, we'll probably have an R&D team for Bush. And if they do, then I'm going to take a seat for it. That's all I can say.
You came up behind Boone. Did any of you come up behind Boone Quist when he was smoking? Was there any oil coming out at all?
I couldn't tell you. I wasn't.
Boggs said there was. Boggs said he couldn't run his oil, but there was no oil on the racetrack.
Well, how about hitting his face and
I don't know.
face?
Okay, a couple more questions, guys, because they got to get back.
it. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you very much.